All right, everybody, welcome to SR Broadcasting tonight. We are here with IWW, iRacing Weekend Warriors at Talladega for 250 miles, presented by Monkey Motorsports. I'm here with Joe Mitchell. What's up there, Joe?
I don't know. I'm not feeling too great today, but hopefully, once we start doing this and see some racing, maybe it'll make me feel a little better.
I'm just having a little bit of sound issue, kind of a echoey, kind of a feedback. Not really sure where it's coming from. Hopefully, it's not too bad out there. This Windows 10 update did a number on my computer last couple days. All right, anyway, let's take a look at the track conditions out there tonight. 78 degrees, 105-degree track temperature, pretty hot, clear skies. Looks like there's 23 drivers out here so far. See a lot of nice paint jobs out there. We'll kind of go through the field as these guys go out. We were here last week with IWW in the Cup Series, and they were at Daytona Super Speedway. Put on a really good show. Should be a good show here tonight.
Yeah, that race went pretty well. I don't know. A lot of the guys had some good things to say, and I know some guys were throwing in some constructive criticism on what they'd like to see. So just keeping track of some of the Facebook stuff, and it's good to see. I mean, a new league popping out like this, and they've had pretty good success just with views and people being interactive on Facebook. The first race, and a lot of people voted to for this car and combination here at Talladega. So hopefully we have another good show here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good, man. We got a lot of good drivers out here. Some names I recognize, some names I don't recognize, but there are a few guys out here that we've seen throughout the years on iRacing. So it should be pretty good. You know how it could be at Talladega. You could either be in that top spot and then get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it can go
Yeah,
down fast.
and I've never really been a big fan of the Xfinity car for restrictor plate stuff. I seem to always struggle with these cars in particular for some reason. It's gotten a little better since they changed the aero design of them, lowered the spoilers, but I don't know. I still can't do it. Good luck to all these guys. Hopefully they don't have luck like mine.
Well, tonight's race is brought to you by Monkey Motorsports. And they put on this race here tonight at IWW, so it should be pretty good. We see some people in the chat. All Pro team is here. A lot of people rooting for All Pro here. Let's take a look at Michael D'Amico 62. I saw him out there in the All Pro machine. We'll see him out there on the track. Somebody talking about Curtis Young. Then at number 94. Curtis, Ray, and Michael. Let me see. Where's Ray? Ray Richer. All right, cool. It's a couple of all-pro cars out there. Hopefully these guys can get together like we saw last week. We saw some teammates get together, and they actually were able to stay together throughout most of the race, and definitely worked out to their advantage till at the very end.
Man, those guys were able to stay hooked up with one another pretty much all race long until the very end, and it definitely proved tough to beat. That's for sure. It was definitely tough to. They, they couldn't really get anything working on the outside lane to get around those guys. So we'll see if guys learn something from that, and if they can put up a run for their money here tonight.
I'll tell you what, this little echo sound I got going on here, man, it's driving me crazy. I've had nothing but trouble for the last 3 or 4 days back and forth. I had a Windows 10 update. For those of you that are on Windows 10 and know what it causes, I lost drivers for everything from video cards on down. Spent a couple days getting everything back together, and now it seems like every time I turn off the computer, when I turn it back on, something new pops up. And here we are, one more time. Well, in a couple of minutes, I'd like to get... Oh, hang on a second. In a couple of minutes, I'd like to try and get the owner of IWW up here and talk to them before they do go to qualify. They are going to qualify at 8 o'clock. So we're about 7 minutes. Maybe, Joe, if you get a chance, you can bring them on up and we can talk to them.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
In the section right now.
Hey,
Sorry, Cameron.
Oh, what's up there, Cameron?
What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. We wanted to get you up here. Sorry if we took you out of something. We wanted to get you up here real quick and just talk to you about tonight's race and tonight's sponsor, and find out how what do you expect here tonight.
Well, from the looks of practice, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. These cars, for whatever reason, seem to be a little more difficult with drafting and everything. But hopefully these guys put on a great show tonight. We know it's the Monkey Motorsports 250. Is there any other sponsors that were able to get behind you on this one too?
Just Monkey Motorsports for this one. He streams over it on Twitch. They ran a endurance race today. He may actually still be in it now at Road Atlanta. So he does a lot of endurance races and mainly road stuff. But you can check him out on twitch.tv simracer223.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, it's definitely got to feel good. A newer league having support like that, being able to draw in some sponsorship definitely helps. I've been kind of keeping up with the Facebook stuff behind the league. We saw some guys trying to help out a little bit, just throwing some suggestions out and everything. And we saw that everybody had voted for this car and track combination. So hopefully with that many people on board, everything goes pretty smooth tonight. Any indication so far of what you expect to see happen here, or just kind of going with the flow right now?
Well, I'm hoping we got some good, clean racing. We've got a little bit of issues in practice. People bump drafting, and I don't know how it's going to go, but we're gonna make adjustments on the go and see what we need to do to iron all the issues out.
Sounds pretty much like a super speedway kind of plan. Just go with the flow.
Oh yeah.
Well, sir, we wish you the best of luck tonight. We hope everything goes smooth, and at the end of the race, we'll get up here with you again and go over the top finishers tonight. And is there still the award for biggest mover, or?
No, we don't have the biggest mover award tonight. Just we're paying out first, second, third. I've got to figure out payout amounts here in just a few minutes. At 8 o'clock is the cutoff for registration, so I'm gonna tally it up there.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you get back down there, get back to work. Like I said, hopefully everything goes smooth. We have a good show here tonight, and we'll get caught up with you at the end of the race and go over your top 3 finishers tonight. And if there's anything you'd like to say to those guys, we'll let you do it. So, again,
All right.
Have a good night, and thanks for coming up here with us.
Thank you. Thank y'all for broadcasting for us.
All right. We'll see you afterwards, bud.
Okay, sounds good. See y'all then.
All right, we're just trying to work out a little issue I had here. I had something in here earlier and it's gone, so I'm just trying to bring it back in. If you saw that going across the stream. Yeah, some reason it's not playing the sound with it, but that's all right. Always a little something going on, Joe.
Yes, sir. Never fails. Guess we kind of learn to go with the flow too sometimes.
Yeah. See some cars out here. See a lot of Colby's eye paints on the 99. Go up here with Dakota Craig in the 98, sitting right behind that number 6 of Brady Briggs. Let's take a look at the top 5 here so far. I believe that's Liam Brotherton, Waylon McConnell, Curtis Young, Christopher McCullough, and Michael D'Amico, showing the top 5 spots here so far.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Qualifying's obviously. I think they're doing single car qualifying, so it's going to be a lot of shuffling up of the standings, and it's all going to happen pretty quick. So we'll try to keep you updated as fast as possible.
And we see Billy Howard out here in the number 21. See if Billy Howard can keep himself alive. Let's go through some of the drivers here so we can see who's out here tonight. Liam Brotherton, Waylon McConnell, Curtis Young, Christopher McCullough, Michael D'Amico, Brady Briggs, and Craig Blair sitting in at number 4. Dakota Craig, Patrick Langley, Joshua Gillen, running in at 99. Wesley Whitfield. All right, we're getting ready to go to grid here, man. I mean, qualify. Let's see who's going to get out on the track here first. We'll take a lap around with them. It looks like Brandon Dalton in that number 85.
Yeah, we'll see there. First couple times around, guys, try to stay up as high as possible. Get some momentum and speed built. Try to get to the bottom for that last lap of qualifying to carry as much speed around that yellow line as possible. So it's going to be a couple minutes. There's going to be a lot of moving around, shuffling around. Guys take different approaches to it. So hopefully we can stay on top of it quickly. It moves around rather fast at super speedways.
Yeah, and I believe they said there's one fast repair here tonight. So guys will have one chance at least to get back out here if something does happen. Unfortunately, with the super speedways, usually you do see a big one somewhere along. Sometimes it's in the middle. Most of the times it's towards the end when there's a lot less give and a lot more take. Top 3 going to be awarded here tonight. You heard Cameron talk about getting back in at the end of the race and awarding the top 3. He's going to go over the amounts now because I guess they had a few more drivers sign up last minute than what they expected. So obviously that makes the pay go up a little bit higher. So payout's not bad. Come out, have some fun, and maybe take some cash home.
Okay. Trying to come out and win a little bit of money never really hurts anything. So hopefully these guys they all have a good race, and hopefully we don't see the big one tonight, but you never know.
I'm sure we will. All right, let's see what kind of time he gets coming across the line here. That moves him up to 4th for the moment. Let's go jump in with the 62, Michael D'Amico. He's right now shown in 12th. And he'll jump up to 9th. Patrick Langley in the 13 GameStop. He's shown in 8th. Dylan Urtubey, I think it was. Urtubey, yeah, in that 31. He was here last week in the Cup race at Daytona.
He thanked us for pronouncing his name right last week, so hopefully we don't screw it up tonight.
Yeah, I already did. I apologize to anybody out there that's going to watch this, and if you hear a couple of names wrong, I do apologize for it. Don't know everybody that's out here, so not really familiar with the right way to pronounce it, but we'll do the best we can. Tim Cox, right now shown in that number 1 spot. He was pretty strong last week.
He was one of the guys that ran up front pretty much all race, led a bunch of laps. Not really surprised to see him up at the top of the charts here at the moment. It's like the 22 of Dustin Dean in 2nd place for the moment, Patrick Langley in 3rd, Brady Briggs in 4th, and Michael D'Amico in 5th.
And we were just taking a lap around with Dakota Craig right now showing a 12th place start. Brandon Dalton going to be starting 10th. Adam Novak stopping right now, going to be in 14th. And we have Dylan right now shown in 18th. He's going to, he's got some right front damage, so he must have seen a little piece of the wall. Not going to score him on that lap. And it looks like most of the guys, a couple guys coming out now. Richard Smith in that number 24. I know they have a short time to qualify. Then they're going to go to a driver's meeting. And then right after the driver's meeting, we will get this thing going. I believe he said it's 8:15. We should be green, or at least going to green.
Yeah, it looks like qualifying is getting ready to wrap up right now.
Well, I guess he might have changed it.
And looks like guys are starting to grid up, so a little bit of a change of format from what we saw last week.
Yeah, I don't think maybe he wasn't aware of that. All right, Tim Cox going to start in the number 1 spot as the pole here tonight. Congratulations to Tim. Dustin Dean will be starting 2nd. 3rd place will be Patrick Langley. 4th place is Brady Briggs. Starting 5th, Michael D'Amico. Starting 6th, Joshua Gillen. Starting 7th, Curtis Young. Starting 8th, Billy Howard. Starting 9th will be Wesley Whitfield. And starting 10th, Ray Richer.
Starting 11th tonight is Chris James. Brandon Dalton will start 12th. Craig Blair in 13th. Dakota Craig in 14th. 15th is Adam Novak. 16th will be Derek Curtis. Justin Spears starts 17th. Dylan Urtubey starts 18th. Tanner Webb in 19th. And Liam Brotherton in 20th.
And starting 21st, Stephen Parks. 22nd, Waylon McConnell. Starting 23rd, Christopher McCulloch. 24th, Kenneth McCulloch Jr. 25th, Cameron. Well, no, I don't believe Cameron Colby's racing, but he came in through here. 26th, Richard Smith. And it shows Brent Elmore 27th, but I did not see a time up for him, so we'll see if he is out on the track here tonight.
Yeah, those guys are on the field. They're currently gridded up in the back, so it's like Cameron Colby, the owner of the league, will be the only car not to take the field here tonight.
All right, so Tim Cox is going to start this race from the pole, the number 19. I believe he'll be starting from the inside line. We saw him here last week at Daytona in the Cup Series. Had a really strong run up in the front here tonight. See if he can keep it up there. Got a couple of guys around him to maybe work with. I'm going to see probably, at least hopefully, see a green flag stop somewhere along the way. It always is a lot more interesting when you have a green flag stop.
Yeah, I guess just have to see what happens here tonight. These cars, for whatever reason, they don't take to bumping very well. If you're not completely centered, things can get pretty crazy really quickly. So hopefully these guys were able to figure that out in practice, get it out of the way, figure out what they can and can't do together, and hopefully we have a good race here tonight.
Yeah, see if they keep it off each other through the turns. You see a lot of trouble come, somebody trying to bump somebody in the turn. We see it all the time. Hopefully now, they'll keep it to the straightaways and maybe just give a little bit of room going in, back it off just a pinch. I think temperature is going to have a lot to do with it too. I think if you're up tucked in too close too long, I think you're going to start seeing some overheating problems and some warm temperatures. I think guys are going to have to duck their nose out and maybe back it up a little bit. If we get a long run, I wouldn't be surprised to see guys even swapping spots here for a little bit, trying to cool down their cars. So that's something we'll keep an eye on tonight also. All right, Joe, we're getting ready. Pace car is in. We're getting ready to go live here tonight in the Monkey Motorsports 250 at Talladega. Tim Cox up in the front on the inside line, going to lead him to green. And the green flag is out.
Looks like the inside line there got a little better restart. Tim Cox starting to pull away. He's getting a push from the 13 of Patrick Langner. Looks like they'll have those outside guys cleared here going out of turn 2. Like the 22 of Dustin Dean kind of lost whatever help he had there. He's stuck on the outside, so see him lose a few spots here early on.
I wonder if we're going to see an outside line able to work here tonight. We saw last week in the Cup Series that the outside line did not. Oh, we got some trouble already. A little bit of sliding back there of somebody down on the infield. Looks like Chris James. Let's go back a little bit real quick and see while they're still green. Yeah, we saw the 22 kind of get shuffled up, and that kind of stacked everybody up. You see the 42 get a little bit of help from behind, but he is back out on the track. Not really sure how they got stacked up there, but man, that was kind of early.
See, guys, they were going 4 wide there for a second going into turn 3. Glad they got that sorted out.
You see right now the first bunch up here up front are single file. Let's go back a little bit to the second group. See the 21 Billy Howard leading that group. Craig Blair, the number 4. Dustin Dean in that 22. And then Brandon Dalton in the 85 up on the outside. See if he gets any help coming. I do believe the Xfinity car has a better outside line than the Cup car. I'm not really sure if it's that way lately. Take a ride from the top of the 85 Brandon Dalton. The 22 of Dustin Dean, a little bit of damage. Probably doesn't want to go in and lose any time with these leaders.
Yeah, it looked like he realized he had some damage. He went to the outside there to let some guys by. Pretty heads-up move.
Oh, and I was going to say we were 3 wide there, and there it is. We saw it.
That'll bring out your first caution of the night.
I was going to say I saw them kind of going 3 wide there a little bit. We were going to try to get with it, and we saw the 21, I believe, going around, and, man, collected a bunch of different guys here. Let's go take a quick look and find out what happened here. Back it up quite a ways here. One more time here. Let's see. Watch the 21. Billy Howard up high. You see the 74 and the 4 and the 20 right there side by side. Kind of 3 wide. Yeah, it looks like there was just a little bit of touching. Man, there was a whole bunch of cars caught up in that one. Thankfully, they do have that one fast repair, so they should be able to get that, fixed and come back out. But you know how it is. You're going to have to keep that car clean after that once you use that fast repair.
Looks like your leaders have caught up with the pace car in turns 3 and 4, so we'll see if any of these top guys at the moment come down pit road or they just want to stay out for right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd come in right now. I think I'd stay out. So let's see. A couple guys caught in that on pit road right now. Billy Howard, Adam Novak. Right now sitting in pit road. We'll keep some of the drivers' names up so everybody knows who's out there for right now. I'm not familiar with a lot of the names and the numbers, so this way, while you're looking, you can see it. I was going to say, Tim Cox right now out front. 4 laps led, did start on the pole. Patrick Langley's sitting in second right now. Michael D'Amico up to third. Brady Briggs now sitting in fourth, started fourth. Curtis Young started seventh, and he is up to fifth right now. So, see a couple guys moving forward here. So a few guys do going down pit road. Probably going to try and get some repairs done. And we'll have to see if anybody does take it behind the wall. I can't imagine taking it behind the wall this soon, especially with having a fast repair.
I just want to say there's a couple people in chat. We got Gary rooting on CCR teammates, and we got Michelle rooting there for All Pro. So hopefully those guys have a good run, give you something to cheer for.
Well, right now, 62, Michael D'Amico on that All-Pro machine is sitting in third. I think Ray Richer sitting in 11th. He's in the other All-Pro machine. And where's Curtis? And Curtis Young sitting in fifth. So 3 of them up pretty close.
I'll say one thing that's a little bit different from this race than the last one. We see your leader, Tim Cox, right now, doesn't really have the benefit of having his teammates around him at the moment. So
Yeah, we seen last week that they were real hard to separate. We had a couple of drivers get up there and try, but they just weren't able to do it. But Tim's holding his own right now. He's got 5 laps led, started on the pole, still up in the front. It looks like, let's see, let's take a quick look down pit road. Looks like Craig Blair down there, Billy Howard, and Adam Novak. I'm guessing they must have had a tow. Been a caution laps here all along. See Brady Briggs in that number 6, sitting in 4th. Let's go quickly through your top 10. Brandon Dalton right now sitting in 10th. Dylan Erdebay started 18th. He's sitting up in 9th. Derek Curtis, he started 16th. He is up to 8th. Wesley Whitfield started 9th. He is up to 7th. Joshua Gillen started 6th, hanging on to 6th. Curtis Young started 7th. He's sitting in 5th. Brady Briggs started 4th. He's sitting in 4th. Michael D'Amico started 5th. He's currently sitting 3rd. Patrick Langley started 3rd. He is sitting 2nd. And Tim Cox started 1st on the pole, still up in the front. Got 6 laps led. That can change, though. I'm not sure. I forgot to ask Cameron if the leader has lane choice or not on these restarts.
I don't know. I mean, we've always seen the leader take the inside. I mean, last week and this week being restrictor plate stuff, so I don't know that you'd really want to start on the outside unless you had a whole line of teammates behind you.
Yeah, we should see the lights go out here. Get these guys back double file. Yeah, pretty hot track temperatures, man. 105 degrees, clear skies. All these cars out there, once they do get it green, that temperature should rise a little bit when the rubber gets down. We might see a little bit different handling cars out there.
Yeah, usually when the track temps get up over 100 degrees, we see these cars get kind of tight. You'll start to see guys lifting a little bit and could stack things up. And that's usually when we see some guys migrate to the high line, that you're able to keep it wide open. So usually I'd say 20, 25 laps, guys start to migrate up the track a little bit.
All right, we're lined up side by side. Lights are out. We should be going green this time by. Looks like everybody's got their positions here. Looks like Tim Cox going to start down low. Patrick Langley outside. Row 2 is going to be Michael D'Amico and Brady Briggs. Row 3, Curtis Young, Joshua Gillen. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Hopefully we can get a nice long green stretch here and see some strategy come in with some fuel strategy. See who's going to be who's dancing partner here tonight. We'll watch the All-Pro guys, see if they can get together. Looks like we have 2, Michael D'Amico and Curtis Young, nose to tail, so that's definitely going to help a little bit. And then we see a couple of cars back. You see the 44, Ray Richard, wanting to probably get up there with them. Pace car is coming around. Yeah, hopefully you feel a little bit better there, Joe, man. I know you ain't doing too good tonight. I'm glad you're able to make it out here. Kind of sucky when you're sick having to do this.
But yeah, looks like
Pace.
the pace car makes the hard left turn on the pit road. Start finish line's about a mile away from the entrance of the pits. Green flags out. We're back underway here at Talladega. The outside line didn't really get going there. The top three on the inside were able to pull away right there. As the top 6 or 7 get single file pretty quickly.
They may have it that you don't have to wait for the green flag to get going. Maybe just in the start zone. But you see quickly the 62, Michael D'Amico, right to the back of the 19, followed by the 94, Curtis Young on the inside. But then on the outside, Patrick Langley with the number 6 of Brady Briggs. And they're going to try to make that outside line work. And then you go back just a little ways to, I believe that's the 74 of Wesley Whitfield, trying to catch the draft on him, and he will. The 13 is going to go out to the front. They both do clear Tim Cox, so now you have Patrick Langley out front, Brady Briggs. Oh, and we have a yellow and some cars going around.
It's like that was your leader, the number 13.
Yeah, I don't want to say till I see, but it looks like he might have made a little contact with him into the turns, and that's what we were kind of talking about. Let's go back, take a quick look. Really hard when you're going into the turns like that if you just make the slightest little bit of contact. Let's jump in with the number 6. Oh, hang on a second, I lost him. Kind of hard to tell from there, you know. Yeah, you can see it. And that's something that you see a lot going into the turns. Well, we'll see if anybody does decide to come down pit road. And we'll try and get a word in with somebody out here. Maybe we'll talk to somebody, and we'll see. First, we'll let them pit. But yeah, you do see that going into the turns. I always get nervous when somebody's pushing me into the turn because, you know, I don't know if it's you that's not steady there and that's not steady, but it only just takes one little move and it spins you back around. I prefer just back off a little bit, let us get settled into the turn, and then get back on. Doesn't look like it was a whole bunch of damage done, but we are under caution number 2. And we did have 2 lead changes so far. We still have 84 laps of racing here to go. See, Brady Briggs is going to come down. A couple other guys going to follow.
Yeah, it looks like the field was about split in half there for guys pitting and not pitting.
We see a little bit of
contact.
a little trouble on pit road. I mean, I guess at this point, I would just come down. Still a lot of laps left. I've had 2 cautions. More than likely, it's going to be that long green flag run, and you know, you're going to wish you came down because that's usually the way it goes anyway. You'll have a couple of yellows, and then all of a sudden it'll be green forever. All right, so we got Tim Cox up front, Michael D'Amico in second, Curtis Young right now sitting in third, Joshua Gillen in fourth, Derek Curtis in fifth. Looks like Ray Richer in 6th, Dylan Ertebay 7th, Richard Smith 8th, Justin Spear 9th, and Chris James 10th. You want to get a word in with Joe? Who do you think we should try to talk to here tonight?
I don't know.
Let's get 62 Michael D'Amico in here if he's in the channel. Hey, Michael D'Amico, this is SR Broadcasting. You got a copy? Maybe not. Hey, Michael, this is SR Broadcasting. You got a copy? I think he may have his mic muted and cannot get with us.
All right. Well, we'll try somebody else.
All right, you pick one. Let me know who you want, and I'll jump on their car.
Let's see. I guess we'll go with Tim Cox for the moment, your race leader.
Hey, Tim Cox, SR Broadcasting. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you guys.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations on that pole. You look pretty strong out there. We saw you last week at Daytona having a great run. How you feeling out there so far? What's the car feel like?
Car's actually a little bit loose on me. You know, it's a little bit looser than what I like it to be, but that's how it has to be here at Talladega in order to be fast. But yeah, other than that, you know, trying to stay up front here.
Yeah, we see tonight you don't have any teammates out there with you, so you're kind of alone. It seems like you're doing pretty good. You have a couple of guys out there that I'm sure want to try and get up there with you in the front and move around a little bit. We saw some guys going around through the turns. I know with my experience going into the turns, if somebody's a little bit off on you, can spin you around easy. Is that a concern out here tonight?
Yeah, it's definitely a concern with these Xfinity cars because the bumpers don't really line up right. So if you're on somebody's bumper getting into 3, it's going to turn them around. So you kind of have to give them a few inches, a foot maybe, and just so they don't spin. But as far as teammate goes, we're actually working with the All-Pro guys, Michael D'Amico, Curtis Young.
Oh, awesome.
Ray Richer.
Awesome. All right. And one last question, if you don't mind. Is it leader's lane choice out here tonight? I forgot to ask Cameron.
As far as I know, it's leader's lane choice.
All right. All right, man. Well, listen, we appreciate you taking a couple seconds out of your lap there to come talk to us. And we'll be watching to see what you got here tonight. And maybe we'll talk to you again.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. Good luck. All right, that's pretty cool. They're kind of working together with All Pro.
And I think sometimes that's just the way to go. You got to work with some guys, and even if it means 2 competing teams getting together, sometimes it works out for everyone in the end.
Yeah, like what's his face? Darrell Waltrip used to say co-opetition.
Yeah,
It's true. You know how it is. We've done a couple of full Daytonas, and you end up working with guys that you probably wouldn't choose to work with, but you want to get to the front, you want to stay together, you don't want to lose that draft. So guess what? I like you right now till the last lap.
and it's tough. I mean, being a restrictor plate track too. I mean, you can plan all day, and the likelihood of it actually going out the way you planned is pretty slim. So definitely have to be able to adapt on the fly and work with some people that you may not know or have never practiced with. And sometimes it can lead to good things, sometimes it can lead to bad things. But so far so good. I mean, we've seen a couple little incidents, but nothing really crazy.
Yeah, it's just it seems like the bumping into the turns is what's going to be part of the problem here tonight. But if you take a look up front here, Tim Cox does have, I believe that's the 94 Curtis Young behind him, and then right outside is Michael D'Amico, and then a little bit further back, Curtis. Is that Kurt? I'm sorry, not Curtis Young. Ray Richer. So he's surrounded by all pro guys right there. These guys are up front. We'll see, if there's communication between them going into the turns. Try and keep it, get off each other's bumpers a little bit, let the car settle in, and get right back on coming off.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing some of the similar stuff we saw last week where guys that are working together are getting single filed out really quickly, and we're seeing like 8 to 10 car breakaways from the rest of the field. And I'm sure a lot of that's just communication, guys working together very well. So see if they can keep that up for the rest of the race.
Yeah, we still have quite a few amount of laps to go. We still have a lot of cars out here. There's only Adam Novak, Billy Howard, 2 laps down each, but back out on the track. And I'm glad to see that the green flag doesn't come flying out like it did at Daytona. The pace car wasn't even off the track, so I know the start-finish line's a lot further away, but I'm glad to see it's timed up. And we had a little incident back there, and they are going to still let it go green. Pace car is in. Tim Cox down on the inside. And they are going. Green flag is out. Tim Cox do a pretty good start out front. We got 2 all-pro guys side by side. And they will go nose to tail right now. We go back a little bit. The 99 Josh Gillen. He is up on the outside. Oh, and we got contact between the 20 and the 99 going around. And are they going to collect more? Yeah, a bunch of cars collected in that one. Oh, man. That is not good.
Yeah, it looked like several guys tried to duck it down low to the apron to get around that, and those were the ones that ended up getting involved. The guys that stayed up on the track were able to sneak through there without any real issue.
Riding on the back of the 99 here. You see the 20 down low. Kind of hard to tell. Looked like the 99 was going down, the 20 was coming up. Almost like they met in the middle, man, and we see a bunch of drivers getting collected in that. Hopefully some of these drivers do have their fast repair left, because they will need it after that one. That was a kind of a rough hit there. Now we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
All right, we're back here. See, a bunch of guys did come down pit road, so got some fuel, got some tires, a chance to take a breath, maybe tighten the belts down a little bit, try and get this thing under control here in green. We need to see some real good, real long green flag runs out here now to try and separate things. Looks like the number 74, Wesley Whitfield, is out. He's got a lap led. We'll go through the top 5 real quick here. Patrick Langley, Tanner Webb, Liam Brotherton, and Tim Cox now sitting in 5th. We did see Tim come down pit road. Curtis Young in 6th, Michael D'Amico 7th, and Waylon McConnell in 8th, Ray Richard 9th, Chris James rounding out your top 10. We do see a couple of guys 1 lap down. And I don't know what happened with Billy Howard. He is still being shown 2 laps down. I would have thought maybe he would have got back one of those laps there.
Yeah, I think he was one of 2 guys that were 2 laps down. He must have been not in the lucky dog or free pass position.
Let's see. You want to try and get a word in with Tanner Webb here. We'll see if we
Sure,
can
sounds good.
grab him.
Hey, Tanner, it's Joe and Paul up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Well, we see guys trying to hang on to position here, doing some side drafting, a little bit of bumping. Looks like that's been the root cause of a few cautions here tonight. How's it going for you out there, staying out of trouble?
Well, other than screwing up on pit road, I think I'm doing really well for myself.
Yeah, I think that's just the name of the game here. Try to keep it out of trouble, keep all the wheels on it, and try to be around at the end. Do you have a plan in place or any guys that you're working with at the moment?
I'm a one-man show, and pretty much all I'm going to try and do is try and pit late before the pit closes, and then get back out there on the field and just try and hang out in the back a little bit until this thing comes to the end.
All right, buddy. Well, we appreciate you taking a couple minutes here to have a little chat with us. Hopefully, it's tough being out there being the single car guy, but hopefully you're able to put something together and be around at the end. We wish you the best of luck, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was Tanner Webb. Usually we don't grab anybody going into the pits. I thought he was out. I thought he stayed out. I didn't realize he had an issue on pit road. We would not have talked to him. I don't really like to talk to drivers when they're pitting. Let them concentrate on the pits because it's really important to get that pit stop clean. Don't lose any time on there, but we do appreciate him talking to us. So right now it changes up front just a little bit. Wesley Whitfield, Patrick Langley, Liam Brotherton, Tim Cox, Curtis Young, top 5 here. We've had 4 different lead changes. We're on the caution number 3. We still have 77 laps left to go, so plenty of time. Tonight's race is brought to you by Monkey Motorsports. This is the Monkey Motorsports 250 at Talladega Super Speedway, and you're watching IRacing Weekend Warriors. And this is race number 2 for these guys. They had a race last week at Daytona in the Cup Series. This week in the Xfinity in the at Talladega. And Cameron was talking about the next race. Thinks it's going to be a little bit shorter track. Not really sure what car yet. I like the way they're doing it, Joe. They put it out there on the Facebook page, and if you want to join, you pay the entry fee to come in, and you vote on the track and the car that you want to race. So that's a pretty good deal. Cameron, this is the second race that he's put together. He did a good job of the first race. I think it really went pretty smooth. This one obviously will smoothen out. It's rough when you got a lot of different guys together that haven't run together. People have to learn each other and just kind of settle in. But definitely we're going to get to a good start here.
Yeah, hopefully these guys kind of get it settled down here a little bit and we're able to get some green flag runs in. It looks like we have a couple more guys that have decided to take it behind the wall tonight. Craig Blair and Derek Curtis have called it a night and try again next week.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Early cautions like that, taking out some of the drivers. See a few more drivers coming out. I didn't realize Stephen Parks was out there, but he's all right. He's in the pits right now, taking the last bit of tires and fuel in at number 1, Pennzoil. Got a little bit of damage in the rear, so obviously was collected in some of that. Not sure if he's hanging on to that fast repair or used it already. Kind of rough when you already used it and there's still plenty to go. But in a case like that, you know, you have to weigh out how much damage do you have, and without having somebody out there with you to tell you what your damages are, you kind of have to wing it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Sometimes guys, they don't understand that, you know, you're your own crew chief, basically. You're in control of everything on pit road, and sometimes it can get pretty stressful weighing out the options. You don't know exactly how bad your car is, and, you know, you gotta, and just when you think, I'm not gonna get it all fixed right this second, they'll snap off a 60-lap green flag run. So anything can happen.
All right, we're going to take a start here in the 19 of Tim Cox, a couple rows back. And we are in the outside line with them. We do see the pace car go in. We're going to wait for these guys to go back at it one more time. And we'll be inside with Tim on the start to see what he sees. And they're back at it. See, the 13 of Patrick Langley does get down to that inside line. Tim Cox going to be on the outside. Let's see if he has anybody behind him to give him a little push there. And it looks like the 62 of Michael D'Amico going to get behind him and try and make that outside line work.
Yeah, right now they're trying to get around the 41 of Liam Brotherton, and Curtis Young looks like he jumps up to the high side to try to help those guys out.
Yeah, it looks like the all-pro guys are finding each other and Tim. So they're definitely moving forward here right now. Tim Cox back out front. And it looks like we got things a little bit more tuned in here. To 74 Wesley Whitfield right now sitting in 5th. Ray Richard does kind of grab 4th at the moment. And we're starting to see some action up there on that outside line. 75 there of Waylon McConnell getting into that picture up on the out.
Yeah, it looks like starting to see some guys get organized here on the outside. About 4 of them. They got a whole line of cars on the inside, so hopefully they get it figured out. They're able to get it to work. If not, they're going to go backwards in a hurry.
Jump on the top here of the 22, Dustin Dean up in that outside line. And we saw the 75 having some connection issues. He's gone and back and gone and back. We'll see, yep, he does come back again. Let's jump on the 13 of Patrick Langley down on that inside line. Right behind the 74 of Wesley Whitfield, who was your leader at the start of this race. See the 44 Ray Richard up on the outside, and in front of him the 62 Michael D'Amico. Let's go up here with Curtis Young. First car on that outside line, gonna get a great run here.
And behind them, those guys were kind of 3 wide for a second. We got contact.
Yep. Yeah, it looked like I saw the 24 Richard Smith with that also. Not sure if they had to tow already or not. So let's see if it'll let us get back again. I'd like to see what happened here.
Yeah, it looked like it kind of started with the 11 and the 24 coming through the tri-oval right there.
Okay, we're with the 11. Go back one more time. I couldn't really see from that angle. Looked like they were 3 wide there for a minute. 11 down in that middle lane. 24 up high. Looked like the 24 kind of came down into him. Makes contact with the 6, the 5, who we just talked to. You see the 42 involved in it, and also.
So right now, your race leader is the 94 of Curtis Young. He's got the 44 of Ray Richer right behind him, the 19 of Tim Cox, the 22 of Dustin Dean, and the 62 of Michael D'Amico rounds out your top 5.
And it looks like we have some takers to pit road. We have a few cars that's one car's a lap down, a few cars 2 laps down, and a bunch of cars 3 laps down. So we'll have to watch and see if they do come out. It's a shame to see this so early, but you know how it is. It'll work its way out. I'm always hopeful.
I think that's the mentality everyone has entering one of these races. If you're not hopeful, I don't think guys would even start.
So let's see. Right now, Curtis Young started 7th. He's up front. 3 laps led. Ray Richer, he started 10th. He's currently sitting 2nd. Dustin Dean started 2nd, working his way back up. He's in 4th. Tim Cox, who started 1st, got 14 laps led. He's currently sitting 3rd. And, I passed somebody? Yeah. Oh, my mic cut out, sorry. Wesley Whitfield, he started 9th, currently sitting 6th. He's got 4 laps led. Gentry's Trucking, Gardner Marsh, Propane Trucks, Tanks Incorporated. Got a nice looking car out there. See Josh Gillen there in the 99 back out on the track after a little bit of trouble earlier on. He's sitting 7th. He's got the Colby's eye paints. 31, Dylan Ertebay riding that Tide machine. Go back to 9th, Stephen Parks in the number 1 Pennzoil machine. A little bit of damage there in the back. And sitting in 10th, the number 41, Liam Brotherton. Yeah, unfortunate Derek out early.
Well, hopefully, like you said, some of the guys that are left, just they get tired of wrecking eventually. So it gets old, and guys will come over the radio, try to get it all sorted out, and like I said, hopefully get some good green flag runs in here, some green flag pit stops, start to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like the last car on the lead lap in the pits right now, and that is the 42 of Chris James. He's sitting in 17th. Gonna grab some tires and some fuel and come back out. And the first car lap down is the 85 of Brandon Dalton. He's in 18th, and then right behind him is Billy Howard on the same lap, sitting in 19th. Brady Briggs behind them. And right now those guys will be fighting it out for the lucky dog spot. Look at the banking here. Sitting inside with number 2 spot, Ray Richer, and the number 44. It's good
For
to,
anyone out there. Oh, sorry.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say it's good to see the outside line was starting to make a little bit of headway in the Cup race last week. The outside line, you really couldn't get anything going up there at all. So to see it here now is promising.
Yeah, it's definitely good to see. I mean, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but we've seen some different guys be able to get together, get the outside working, and make their way up front.
See Billy Howard in the creekfire.com, number 21. We're back up to the
Anyone out
94.
there?
Curtis Young, 5 laps led so far. What was that, Joe?
No, I was just going to say, anyone out there just joining us, currently under our 4th caution on lap 25.
We still have 69 laps left here to go. 78 degrees, 105 degree track temperature, clear skies. And you heard when we talked to Tim earlier, said the car was a little bit looser than what he likes. And we did see already a couple of problems with drivers going into the turns, pushing. The bumpers don't line up really good. And we've seen a couple of cautions come out for that. We've seen a little bit of bumping, side bumping going on, and a couple cautions came out for that. A few cars are behind the wall here tonight. We did have 26 drivers start, and right now we have 23 drivers on the track, I believe, or 22 drivers, I think, on the track right now. So we're waiting to get this one long green flag run to kind of iron things out here a little bit, stretch things out a little, and maybe have some strategy go into play here and see who can come out on top. Top 3 finishers here tonight do get a payout. We will have Cameron back up here in the booth to talk to the top 3 at the end of the race and let them know what their payout winnings are. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that, there's a lot of great drivers out in this field, so I'm sure they'll be able to put it together here before too long. I think it's difficult at the start of one of these. You have guys with all kinds of different mindsets. Some guys want to get to the front. Some guys are content with just riding around, and it creates kind of a mess sometimes. But off to kind of a rocky start. But like we said before, hopefully these guys get it all sorted out. We see some great green flag runs here.
All right, well, we're getting closer to it. They're side by side now. Lights are out. And it looks like Curtis Young going to take the inside. Ray Richer up on the outside. Tim Cox and Dustin Dean taking up row 2. Wesley Whitfield, Michael D'Amico in row 3. We had a lot of the same names up front so far. Got some real nice looking cars out there, man. I was going through the field kind of looking at some of the paint jobs. Got some real sharp looking cars out there tonight. I like when the teams come out like that. CCR last week, I like the way those guys had all their cars set up. I like the way All Pros got their cars set up here tonight. It looks real nice when you have a team come out with all the... you can tell they're a team because they're driving the same schemes. A couple little variances on there, but you can tell just by looking at the car that they are together. I think that's pretty cool. That's always something I've always enjoyed seeing from this part of the race.
Looks like these guys are making their way through turns 3 and 4. Be going green this time by.
And this may be that green flag run that we're looking for.
Looks like the pace car hits pit road. Looks like they're back underway. Not really waiting for the green. Looks like the 94 Curtis Young got a big jump. 44 Ray Richard able to duck it down to the inside, right in front of Tim Cox. Like the first car on the outside there will be the 22 of Dustin Dean.
And if you look at those 4 cars down in the low lane, they got it lined up the way they need it to be now. If it can stay green, these guys can really get out there. We see Dustin Dean though on the outside, trying to make that outside line work. We've seen that outside line try to get formed. The 74 Wesley Whitfield, 31 Dylan Ertebay back there with him. If these guys can just hang on to it going through the turns, man, we can see some real good racing going on here.
Yeah, it looks like when these guys get organized on the outside, they're able to really hang on out there. You see Dustin Dean, they were able to really pull up a couple car lengths on those leaders right there.
Yeah, and lead that lap. Just need to tighten up that outside line just a little bit. Nice to see the 99 of Joshua Gillum go with them.
Now we got the leaders 2 wide, Ford deep here. Hopefully these guys are able to keep it all together like that, because they're putting on an awesome show right at the moment.
Take a look at the top of the 99. See, he had to check up a little bit. That outside line got a little bit out of control there. They do grab it back together.
It kind of looked like the 22 was going to duck it to the low side there and leave his parking hanging, but he didn't. And when he came back up, those guys had a really good run and had to check up a little bit.
Be a drag race to the line.
Looks like that outside line has the advantage right now.
And that's a total opposite of last week in the Cup Series. 22 does bring it down low. So that now is going to open up for the 74 of Wesley Whitfield to possibly get up in the front and maybe try and clear them. It looked like we were almost going to go 3 wide there. The 99 kind of shook it up just a little bit high. Kind of breaks that outside line a little bit. We see the 74 moving back.
It looks like the 31 I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like the 31's not really able to get on the back bumper of the 74 right now. When Dustin Dean was able to get that run and get pushed up front, they were a lot tighter. I think that's where they're struggling right this second.
Yeah, and he may be just trying to, stay back just a little bit to keep this thing green. We're inside with the 31. You see there's a lot of movement and the 22 going around.
We got a bunch of contact here. Looks like the 5, the 94, the 41. A lot of cars involved in that.
Let's go backwards and see. Riding with the 22 who was up front. Yeah, it's just that, man, that in the turn, that little bit of contact. And look at all the cars involved. Man, that's really going to hurt. Go back again and take one more look at it. from the blimp now.
Yeah, it looked like the 94 had a really good run through the center of the corner. When he got to the back of the 22 of Dustin Dean, they weren't quite lined up. He gave him a little bump on the left rear, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a great big bump either, man. But these cars, they do not line up, and when you make contact like that in a turn, it's just so hard to keep it from going around. Even if you're, got the car steady, it's just hard. They don't line up. Well, we see Wesley Whitfield going to bring them down pit road. We saw a couple of more cars involved again. So we'll keep an eye on who gets back out on the track and who does not.
It looks like all the leaders here are going to hit pit road. See a couple of lap down cars staying out, trying to get the wave around.
And we saw the 74 slide through his pit into the 21's pit. So, having a rough time there. Looks like the 99 going to be the first one out of the pits, followed by the 31, and I believe the 94. We have somebody stopped down low.
It looks like the 41 of Liam Brotherton
Might have got
stopped
caught
on-
speeding.
Yeah. Looks like he was just stopped, letting some guys by right there.
I was waiting for them to come around and tell us who is the leader. It's showing Liam Brotherton as the leader, but it's also showing me Joshua Gillen as the leader. I want to see who iRacing actually scores for the lead. See a couple guys in the pits, a couple guys off the track, and a few guys getting repairs done. Let's see where everybody shakes up this time by the line. Yeah, I believe it should go to the 99 of Joshua Gillen once we do cross the line.
Yeah, that's the way it's looking right now. The guys in front of him are looking to get the wave around. So it should be Joshua Gillen first place. The 31 of Dylan Erdabe in second. Curtis Young in third. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
Yeah, because you know how the scoring goes. It'll change on you real quick.
So yeah, I'll run down through your top 10 here real quick. The 99 of Joshua Gillen currently first place. 31 of Dylan Erdabe in second. 94 Curtis Young in third. 74 of Wesley Whitfield in fourth. The 26 of Adam Novak in fifth. 62 of Michael D'Amico in sixth. Seventh place, the 44 of Ray Richer. 11th place, Brent Elmore in eighth. Ninth place, the 22 of Dustin Dean. And rounding out the top 10 is the 19 of Tim Cox.
I was trying to keep up with you there. Let's try and get a word in with somebody. Let's you want to try to talk to the 99?
Sure, sounds good.
Oh no, I was just saying.
Hey, Josh Gillen, this is SR Broadcasting. You got a copy?
I got you, boss.
Hey man, you're up here in the front leading. How's your car feeling out there?
Man, car's running good, but this little bit of traffic's getting me nervous.
Yeah, we've seen some troubles there going into the turns. Man, the bumpers don't line up. But that seems to be the biggest problem out here tonight. But you started sixth. Right now you're sitting up in the front. You alone out there? You got anybody out there you might want to try to hook up with?
I got 3 other cars running away. I think I got 2 of them that's took out, so I got one that's left. I think he's 2 laps down.
Oh, you look pretty good out there, man. Sporting that Colby's eye paints. It's a nice looking paint job out there. We're going to keep an eye as they start getting things ironed out here. We're looking for a long green flag run. Do you anticipate a car getting tighter or looser during the long run if we start burning out some fuel?
Not really, man. The car seems like it's doing pretty well, even on the little bit of a run that we're going. To where I don't think we'll have an issue. I'm just worried about the car behind the leader get turned again.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Well, listen, we'll be watching. We appreciate you talking with us for a minute, and good luck out there, man. Maybe we'll talk to you at the end.
Hope so. I appreciate y'all, man. I gotta thank Colby and 85, the 98, and the 42 for riding along with us today.
Awesome, man. All right, man. We'll be watching for you, and good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll see. What happens here. We started to see. It looked like it was going to break into that long run. So it's going to happen. But you heard him. He's worried about getting turned, and I don't blame him because that's where we've seen the troubles tonight. Is in the turns. These bumpers just don't line up, and as soon as you make the slightest contact, as we saw before, it wasn't even great contact, just the slightest bump, and that's it, man. The car goes around.
Yeah, it's these cars that it's hard to push in general. These you don't really have great visibility, so it makes it kind of tough. And it looks like guys are really catching other people in the corners, and if you can bump in a corner, but it has to be almost perfect. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully these guys looks like they've learned some lessons the hard way, and we'll be able to get some green flag running done here.
Yeah, we've had 10 lead changes run to caution number 5. We have 59 laps still remaining, so there's still plenty of time to get it done and get it going. Right now you got your top 5. Oh, pace car's getting ready to come in. We'll get it sorted out. And pace car does turn in. We wait for them to go green. See Joshua Gillen down on the inside in that 99. And he is on it. The 31, Dylan Ertebay up on the outside. The 94, Curtis Young down low. 74, Wesley Whitfield on the outside. And then we go back to 5th place, Michael D'Amico in that number 62. Did I see somebody up in the wall? We're almost 3 wide back here. I thought I saw someone up in the wall. Let's go back up front here. It looks like Curtis Young on the outside with Dylan Ertebay. Going to get that outside line going. The 62 of Michael D'Amico does jump out there with them.
See the 85 of Brandon Dalton getting a really good run, catching up to those guys.
And the 26 of Adam Novak down there low with them. Adam sitting at 5th. Started 15.
Yeah, it looks like right now the action's up front. You got the 94 battling on the outside of your last lap leader, Joshua Gillen. Got the 31 of Dylan Ertebay behind him. Michael D'Amico trying to get that line organized on the outside, see if they can get to the front here.
And we saw a couple of those guys going down below that yellow line. I don't know, I was getting a little bit nervous watching that. That's not always a good deal. They did get around, no problem, but man, that can upset the car really bad. And if you're that driver on the outside, you don't want to see that.
Yeah, especially too if the guys were saying the car was kind of loose already. So if you get two wheels down there, it doesn't make that situation any better. That's for sure.
And we're seeing a lot of movement going on back here a little bit. Looked like we saw the 26 there with Adam Novak kind of shuffling down low.
So these guys are still 2 wide, 4 deep, trying to get it figured out up front.
Joshua Gillen going to have 6 laps led right here.
Looks like that outside line kind of split up a little bit there. See a pretty decent gap starting to close back up on the inside line. You can see how the momentum shifts once those cars get bunched back together.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a ways back to 8th place, Waylon McConnell, but looks like he's going to catch some of that draft. And then we go back to 9th place, that number 27, Christopher McCullough in that Kodiak. And we seen him out here last week. I believe he had a decent run last week. Go back to the 10th place, 88 of Kenneth McCulloch Jr. Those guys running right now nose to tail, trying to do keep it in line and get caught up to that front pack. Go back.
Yeah, we saw this last week too. Those guys worked very well together.
Yeah.
Make some noise late in the race.
The 6. Who is that? The 6 of Brady Briggs. He is 1 lap down. He is the first car in the lucky dog spot. Let's go back up front. So far, the 99 Joshua Gillen able to stay out front. And he's got 8 laps led. On the outside is that Curtis Young out there on the outside leading the pack.
It'll be interesting to see too, after we get some more laps out of the way, if this stays green, with how close the proximity of these cars are under green. Pushing like that, they can get hot very quickly. So we'll have to keep an eye on these guys and see if we start to see people sticking their noses out and trying to get some fresh air. Could create some problems here.
So far, guys, doing a pretty good job up here. They are 2 wide. They've been 2 wide for quite some time. You see that backpack right there. They are single file. If all 4 of those cars right there stay single file, they will catch up to that front group. Go back here to the 41. Liam Brotherton, and I believe that's the 13, Patrick Langley. They are 11th and 12th. It looks like they are switching positions. 13 gonna push. The 42 down low. I believe he's gonna come back out on the track, Chris James. And they will be catching the lap down car of...
Looks like that's the 7 of Justin Spear.
Thank you, Joe.
no problem. Looks like he'll drop it down low. Looks like he's going to come down pit road.
You see that outside line kind of fan out right there. 74 and the 99 kind of breaking off alone on that inside line, but still able to hold on.
It is very good to see, though, that this outside line's working. These guys have been side by side since the last restart, so it's could open some doors for later on towards the end of the race. Maybe we could see a wild and crazy finish here.
Oh, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. So we need to see that second pack a little bit further back. These guys here need to close it up a little bit tighter and get in single file, and they will be part of that party going on in front of them. But right now, Joshua Gillen out front. He's got 12 laps led. And then you have the 74 Wesley Whitfield down on the inside. He's got 5 laps led. And then Curtis Young in that 94's got 7 laps led. Let's go back to Tim Cox in 14th. And he is riding around right now with Dustin Dean in that 22, and he is 13th.
We got a wreck in 3 and 4 here. It's going to bring the yellow out.
Oh, man, and we were just talking about Wesley Whitfield.
Looks like the 7 of Justin Spear, 85 of Brandon Dalton, in the 74 of Wesley Whitfield.
Riding along on the back of the 74. It looks like he tries to go down low and gets caught up. Oh, makes contact with the 26. Yeah, I don't know. I got to look at that one more time. That was kind of... You see him go down low like he was going to go 3 wide, and the 7 was there, and he could not go back up because the 26 was there, man. But that collects a bunch of cars. Let's look at that from the blimp one more time. Is that, look back a little bit more. Yeah, he made a little bit of contact and that sent him down, and oh man, that's it. So looks like Curtis Young and that 94 are going to be out front here now. We'll keep an eye. Doesn't look like he's coming down. Looks like the 99 going to stay out. 62, Michael D'Amico going to stay out. 44, Ray Richard going to stay out. Dylan Ertebay does go in. So with the caution number 6, we got about 47 laps remaining. See the 31 Dylan Ertebay, a little bit of damage there on the car, but still looks like it's not in that bad of a shape. If he can probably get in with somebody, it should be all right. Curtis Young, though, is out front here. Curtis Young did start 7th. He is sitting 1st. Joshua Gillen started 2nd. Started 6th. He's currently 2nd. Michael D'Amico, he started 5th. He's currently sitting 3rd. Looks like Ray Richard started 10th, and he is sitting 4th. And Dylan Ertebay is shown in 5th. Dustin Dean, he's shown in 7th. He's got 4 laps led. Adam Novak showing 6th, but I believe he is in 7th, and he started 15th. I don't know, Joe.
Me either. Looks like there's quite a few guys out of the race. Started the race tonight with 26 people. Seeing 13 guys, somewhere around there, 13 and 15 on track. Still seeing several guys on pit road.
It's a shame when you got to use that fast repair and then need it later on. Especially, it's super speedway racing, so you're gonna have cautions. These cars are a little bit rough in the turns, and you put that together, and you're gonna have some cautions out here. We did see some good racing going on right there until that last caution did come out. So, as we're winding these laps down, I'm sure we're gonna see a little bit more. Let's see. Is Patrick Langley? Does he have a channel available? We can grab him.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Patrick Langley. This is Paul up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Hey, man. We want to get a quick word in with you. We see you currently sitting in 8th. You started 3rd. You got a lap led. How's the car feel out there for you?
Yeah, man, the car feels good. It's getting a little aggressive up here, so me and my teammate 41 decided to drop back, see if we could hang out for a few laps. Back up here in the mix, so we'll see how it plays out for these next. We got about 40 something laps left, so it's exciting. But right now we're just trying to play it out, feel it out, see how this race goes.
Yeah, we've seen some a decent green run just there now. Looked like it was going pretty good. That outside line seems to be a factor here tonight if guys can get it together. Have you seen that yourself?
Yeah, for sure. The outside line can get going. All it takes is just getting a couple of guys that can know how to draft, know when to push, keep the car stable. But yeah, definitely the outside line can definitely be a factor once we get into the closing laps of this race for sure.
Yeah, just got to watch in the turns. That's where we see all the trouble so far tonight's race. The bumpers not lining up in the turns, and guys getting, even the slightest little tap will spin you around. So hopefully that doesn't happen here tonight for you, and we can get a talk with you at the end of the race.
Yeah, 10-4. Appreciate the interview, guys. Appreciate what you guys do with the broadcast.
All right, thanks.
You guys are doing an awesome job. Thanks.
Thank you, man, and good luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that was Patrick Langley. You heard me drop back a little bit. Him and his teammate, number 41 of Liam Brotherton, they want to kind of be around here at the end. I mean, there's still plenty laps to go. So if these guys can get hooked up together, I'm sure they can get their way to the front. It only takes a couple of cars in line, nose to tail, cutting some of that draft down. So we'll keep an eye on them tonight and see if he's got anything for him. He does, what does he have? He does have one lap led here tonight, so was up front, got a taste of the front, definitely wants to see that checkered flag. That's the most important lap anyway.
Yeah,
right.
We've seen a couple times that these cautions have been kind of unfortunate for the leaders. It seems like a few of them have happened up in that lead pack, taking out several pretty strong cars here tonight.
Yeah, and the only problem is too, it's not even hard contact, just the slightest little push. We saw the one a little bit further back where the 94 just caught a little bit of the left rear bumper, and it wasn't even much contact, but man, it just really pushed. I think that was the 74 or the 22 right out of the way. I think it was the 22. And, you see that a lot. You have to in these cars. It's hard when you're racing to remember that, but you have to back off in the turns. You got to give a little bit of room. Let the car come to you and, coming out of 2 and coming out of 4, kind of float it right back into the back bumper once you get stabilized. If you can do that, I mean, we've done that plenty and able to move forward and, make up some time. So hopefully we'll see that now as we get ready to go back to green. And tonight's race is brought to you by Monkey Motorsports. This is the Monkey Motorsports 250 at Talladega. So we'll see Curtis Young up front, Joshua Gillen on the outside. Looks like Ray Richer and Michael D'Amico making up round 2. Dylan Erdebay, Dustin Dean making up round 3. Row 3. I got the rounds in my head from the round of 12, round of 16.
Man, it's like that pace car makes that left onto pit road. These guys are rolling once again. See that 94 get a pretty good jump there. Looks like the 62 of Michael D'Amico able to stick there with them. These guys get single filed up front pretty quickly.
Yeah, you see the 99 jump down low and grab that spot, so he'll be sitting third. 62 looking like he's gonna go high, and he'll bring it back down. And a little bit of shuffling going on back there with the 31, Dylan Erdebay. See the 26 of Adam Novak now out front. I'm sorry, on the outside line. The 31 jump up with them. A little bit dicey.
Yeah, it looked like the 26 and the 74 had a really good run. The 31 of Dylan Erdebay jumped up there and kind of killed that momentum. Those guys seem to stabilize there from about 6 to 8.
Yeah, he wanted to be a part of that, but it kind of worked in the reverse. We're back to the second group of guys here. See the 13 and the 41. They're running right now on that outside line. Not too much of a gap in between, so we may have some, tight racing coming up here pretty soon. Curtis Young, though, out front.
See that outside line starting to come back once again. The 22 of Dustin Deed leading that charge. Got the 74 of Wesley Whitfield behind him pushing. Also the 26 of Adam Novak trying to keep the momentum going out there for those guys.
Jump inside with the 99, Josh Gillen. Currently sitting in 5th right now. Jump up to the outside line in the 22 with Dustin Dean. Not too bad for two guys being up on the outside. Looks like they're holding their own. Not really losing any spots there. We see as the 6 going to go up, or is he just drifting? Look like he's going to jump up there with the 31. So now we got 4 cars in that outside line.
Yeah, we're starting to see a little bigger of a pack this time around. The 6, he was pretty far off there. Front pack was able to close up, and now he's up there 3rd in that outside line trying to help out with that charge.
And look who's there in the 10th spot. The number 19 of Tim Cox finds his way back up to that front pack. So he wants to be around there in the end. You see right behind them, they are single file. If they can close it up just a little bit more, they will be there.
It's like the 22 up front dives it down to the bottom, leaves that outside line. It's being pushed by the 94 of Curtis Young. Guys starting to move around a little bit in the back part of this pack, trying to figure out what line they want to be in.
It looks like the 6 left alone up there. He's going to fall back a little bit of a ways. 31 will be back there to catch him, hopefully, and propel them back forward. Looks like he's going to jump it back down. The hole opened up and he's gonna grab it. 74, Wesley Whitfield out front now.
Ooh. Looked like the 31 tried to come down and get in that low line. The hole wasn't quite there. Some contact between the 44 Ray Richer and the 31 of Dylan Ertebay.
Yeah, we were just trying to take a look at that. Let's see, the 31. Okay, let's go back real quick and see if we can find out what happened. So 26 up high, 31 looked like he was gonna try to squeeze it back in, and it was not open. And that is, who was that got collected with him? Let me change real quick.
I believe the 19 of Tim Cox got involved towards the tail end of that. And then he also got rear-ended by the 11 of Brent Elmore. So, unfortunate break late here for the 19 of Tim Cox.
Riding along on the back of the 19 here. See if we can see what happened. You see the 31 try and squeeze it back in, and no room. And then, yeah, he gets rear-ended also. Man, tough break. Real strong car here tonight too. So we're gonna change things up a little bit up front. Dustin Dean looks like he's gonna stay out, so he should be scored your leader. It looks like 14 different lead changes here tonight. Caution number 7, 37 laps to go. So we are winding them down quite a bit. And it looks like Dustin Dean, Liam Brotherton, Patrick Langley, Curtis Young, and Brady Briggs. And we just spoke to the 13 of Patrick Langley, and he said he was going to try and hang out with the 41 and do something here at the end. Well, right now they find themselves in second and third. So they did get up to where they want to be. We just got to see now if they can keep it up there. We see the 41 having a little bit of issues underneath the caution. Hopefully that'll clear up. We'll wait for iRace to bring these guys around one more time and score the rest of the positions out. But the way it looks right now is Dustin Dean sitting in first, Liam Brotherton in second, Patrick Langley in third, Curtis Young in fourth, Brady Briggs in fifth. Then we go to sixth, Ray Richer, seventh, Joshua Gillen, eighth, Wesley Whitfield, ninth, Michael D'Amico, 10th, Dylan Ertebay, 11th in that number 26, Adam Novak, Christopher McCulloch in 12th, Kenneth McCulloch Jr. in 13th, Waylon McConnell, that number 75, sitting in 14th, and then Brandon Dalton in the 85, sitting in 15th. So Dustin Dean finds his way back up front here one more time. And he's got 6 laps led, coming to 7 laps led now this time. And we're winding down these laps. 37 laps remaining.
Hey, sir, I'll be back in just a second.
Yes, sir. Take a look. The first car lap down is the 85 of Brandon Dalton. He does come into the pits, going to top it off. And then we go back to Justin Spear, and he's in the number 7, sitting 18th. He's 9 laps down. Can grab a couple of more positions, try to get himself a little bit closer finish up front. Top 3 will be awarded here, cash payout. And we will get a word in with Cameron at the end. He will come up here and talk to the top 3. We'll get him in and interview him 3, 2, 1. And then, like I said earlier, they do vote on what's next, where they want to race next, what car they want to race next, and what track. I believe Cameron said he was going to do like a 1.5 miles or something next instead of a super speedway. Just not really sure what car they will do, but it's a pretty good thing they got going here. You know, a lot of the members on the Facebook page will vote, pay the entry fee, come on out, and top 3 will get it. Last week they did have a sponsor for the biggest mover, so the biggest mover did also get a little cash payout for the biggest mover. So a lot of fun. Super speedways are a tough track to do it on because super speedways, anything can happen. You don't need to be in the right place or the wrong place. It's just luck. But we do see, we spoke to the 13, Patrick Langley, just a couple of minutes ago, and Patrick said him and his partner, the number 41, wanted to stay around the back for a little bit and try to get up there towards the end. Well, right now they're sitting 2nd and 3rd, so that's pretty good. Then you go back to the 94 Curtis Young, and Brady Briggs now sitting up in 5th, and then Ray Richer in 6th and at 44. So we still have some all-pro guys up close to each other. He's 62, Michael D'Amico, another all-pro driver, and he's sitting up there pretty close to these guys. So they still have a chance to get together and try and get something done here. It's not over yet by any means. We still have plenty of racing left here to go. Still have 35 laps. This track, 35 laps, is a long time. So we're lined up 2 by 2. The lights are out. We're going to wait and see how this unfolds here tonight. But I think you better tighten those belts up a little bit tighter because I think it's going to get really tough. A lot less give and a lot more take.
I'm back, sir. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
right. We're just getting ready to go green here. Got them lined up 2 by 2, coming around. As I was saying, right now I think it's going to be time to tighten up the belts and hang on, because I think we're going to be in for a rough ride here, man. Laps are winding down. I mean, it's still you know, you hear 35 laps to go, 32 laps to go. You think it's almost over, but you know, Talladega, Daytona, man, that's a long race still right there. So anything can happen, and you know, we could see 35 different leaders in those laps, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a long time. Anything can happen. So I'm sure it's still, we're going to have some interesting moments here before all is said and done.
So Dustin Dean going to start him on the inside. Curtis Young going to start him on the outside. We did see that outside line gaining some momentum. We have 2 All-Pro guys up in the outside. 74 Wesley Whitfield, who's been up in the front, so might be able to get this outside line together and moving as the pace car does hit the pit road. Wait for these guys to step on that loud pedal and get rolling. And the 22 does start them, and they're off. See the 6 of Brady Briggs right there, not getting too far off of the 22. Going to stay right there on his back bumper. Up on the outside, Curtis Young. Oh, and the 22 back around again.
What a save. He was able to keep that gun straight.
Wow.
It's going to hurt
Yeah,
track position, but still awesome save. Usually when a car's that sideways, you don't bring it back from that.
yeah. See, that's the thing, man. Going in these turns, I'd be like, yo, get off my bumper. I'd make sure I let him know, man. Listen, when we get into the turns, back off. We can stay up front. We gotta stay up front that way, man. But he is out. He is still on the track. So now Brady Briggs to the front. The 99 Josh Gillum right behind him. We see, oh, Patrick Langley. Are they coming in for a last? I'm not sure what he's doing. They might be coming in for a quick last pit. I didn't see anybody get involved in that. We are 3 wide. So the 27 and the 88 up on the outside. 3 all-pole drivers in the middle. Tell you tighten those belts and hang on, because here we go.
I'm pretty surprised that outside lane is working the way it is.
Especially
Those
2
guys are-
cars up there on the outside able to hang on to it.
And generally you don't see that. They're coming up on a lap car right now.
Yeah,
You
I was
did the
gonna,
right
that wasn't
thing.
good.
It's a good heads up move there. It's getting down to the apron. So far, those all-pro guys in the middle kind of leading the charge, but that outside lane is still coming.
And a lap down car up high. That's going to throw a wrench into the system right there. 4 wide at one point. Wow, they do get through that. That's great. See the 88 back up high. Going to try to hook up with that 27 one more time.
Yeah, those guys did a great job right there. That situation gets so scary really quickly. Good job, all those guys staying off one another, keeping it out of the wall. The track looks enormous, but when you get a 4 wide for the first time.
They're back at it again. Tell you what, that 27 Christopher McCulloch and the 88 Kenneth McCulloch Jr., man, they're getting a great run up there alone on that 3rd lane. These guys doing a good job now. Let's jump on the roof here of the 88. See what it looks like from his view. Right now, sitting on the roof of the 62, Michael D'Amico in the middle. This is where you hold your breath.
I don't know for everybody else, but when my spotter calls out 3 wide, that's about the worst sound on the planet.
Yeah. Especially right here, right now. But this is go time. You know, we're coming down to the end of the laps here. I mean, you got to get what you can get. We're sitting right now on the 99. I'm sorry, the 27 Christopher McCulloch on that outside line. The 3rd lane up. Underneath the 94 is Curtis Young. You see the 99 Josh Gillum way down in that bottom. And the 6 of Brady Briggs leading that inside line. Going back to the 62. Still in that middle lane. Let's jump in the car. Coming out to the 74 of Wesley Whitfield down on that inside line. And back up to the 88. Kenneth McCullough Jr. on that third lane outside. I'll tell you what, man, this is exciting. These guys are doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, all I can think about is if anything goes wrong right here, it's going to end bad. It's crazy to watch, but that unknown factor, I don't know. It could get pretty crazy here in a few minutes. You never know.
And there
Oh,
like,
coming up on a lap car.
yeah, I was gonna say there was a lap car up on the outside. The number 7, Justin Spear, he's up into the wall. He tried to stay out of their way and cost him the wall there. And we see the 88 and the 27 did drop back. I don't know if it was because of that lap down car, but we see them now side by side. I think the 88 going to get out front.
Yeah, those guys had to check up. That really hurt their momentum there. So see if they can make the switch and make their way back up front.
They were making that third lane work, man. I'll tell you what, they did a good job. The 3 All-Pro drivers right there in the middle did a great job holding on to their line. And those guys down in that bottom lane, man, to keep it off of that middle lane was really good. Definitely some excitement there.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive to watch. Usually, you don't get to see that very often, 3 wide like that, and guys really making it work. That shows a level of trust between all these guys that they're able to do that.
See the 99 of Josh Gillen trying to push that number 6. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully back off going into the turns just a little bit. And let's see, where is the 22 Dustin Dean? He's by himself quite a ways back off the pace. It's unfortunate because he was up there in the front at the start of this restart. We saw him kind of get a little bit of contact from the number 6 and go around. Back up front again here. On the outside, Curtis Young, the 44 of Ray Richer, and the 62 of Michael D'Amico. Down low, Brady Briggs, the 99 of Josh Dillon, the 74 of Wesley Whitfield, and then the 31 of Dylan Ertebay, and then the 26 of Adam Novak. Kind of shuffling between the low and high line, trying to see which one of those lines are going to go. So that's where I get nervous, right there where the 99 and the 6 kind of got a little squirrely coming off. You look at the 44 and the 94. I mean, he was pushing them pretty good there. Yeah, Tim is unfortunate, man. Looked good for a while there, man. Some of those cautions definitely didn't help any. Oh, the 99 gonna go around. Is he gonna save it? Wow, he does a great job hanging on to that. I thought he was going around. He got down a little bit too low, got that yellow line and made the car upset in that pack. So now it's gonna put Curtis Young to the front. 44, Ray Richard right behind the 62, Michael D'Amico in third, Brady Briggs in that 6 in fourth.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. That was a really heads-up move by those guys on the inside line there, checking up. Generally, that means very bad. Good job, everyone here.
You see that's the 6, Brady Briggs, is going to take it to the outside. 74 going to follow him, Wesley Whitfield. And looks like the 31, Dylan Ertebay, is going to follow them also. So you're going to have 3 out, 3 in.
We looks like the roles will be reversed this time around. Got those all-pro guys on the inside. The other guys trying to work on the outside here.
And they are coming up to the lap down car of the number 7 of Justin Spear. But they are not 3 wide this time, so shouldn't be an issue. So Brady Briggs is going to get scored for leading that lap. 94 is Curtis Young going to fight back and try and beat him back to the line, take that lap back officially. It looks like Curtis Young right now does have the most laps led. He's got 16 laps led. Next driver in line was Tim Cox. He had 14 laps led. An unfortunate incident for Tim. He's out of the race. He was looking real strong here tonight. And then we go back to, we have a tie with 12 laps led, Josh Gillen and Brady Briggs. So we have a bunch of people leading laps here tonight. And the 6 gonna bring it down low right in front of the 94.
He's trying to break up that all-pro party there on the inside. Didn't really help the 74 and the 31 right there. They kind of dropped back a little bit.
A little, I don't know, scary move there, man. From the angle we were looking, didn't look like he had the clearance, but he must have. Obviously, he got in there, but man. So Brady Briggs gonna come around and get 15 laps led this time, 94 of Curtis Young right behind him. Ray Richard, Wesley Whitfield, Michael D'Amico showing as your top 5 as we run. 19 laps to go. This group of guys right here has been putting it on, man. Putting on a good run right here. Every time we got to go a little bit green, these drivers were together.
Yeah, we're starting to see him mix it up a little bit. Teammates kind of getting broken up here. See some other guys able to make that outside work. Starting to make some passes. It's really starting to shuffle it up.
Yeah, we're starting to see some real hard driving out. Now the 74, Wesley does get to the back of the 6. The 94 does jump it up high. 62 gonna leave that hole open for the 94 to jump in. We see 44 Ray Richard. Is he gonna drop it in back behind the 62?
Contact there. 75 of Waylon McConnell and the 13 of Patrick Langley. No real harm came from that one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the 13. We seen him going into the pits, and they were just out in 2nd and 3rd at that restart.
Yeah, it looked like he and William Brotherton kind of they made their pit stop. It would have to be fuel related to try to make it to the end here, but they kind of got those guys separated.
I wonder if we're going to see anybody have to come in. 17 laps to go here. That'd be pretty cool to see a green flag pit stop right now. Kind of shake things up quite a bit.
Do you see the 27 and the 88 hitting pit road this time by?
So I wonder if any of these guys up front are going to have to hit pit road too. We'll have to keep an eye, and you know how pit road could be. Pit road could be treacherous, because if you make a mistake, especially on the green, man, it'll cost you big.
Yeah, I think one of these guys is calling out they're going to hit pit road, so I would assume next time by, we're going to see a lot of these guys head down pit road and make their final stop of the race here.
And we see them coming down.
Looks like that split things up. These teammates are going to stay out, try to get organized, and make their way down pit road.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on these guys coming in right now and see if everybody keeps it. A lot of times we see guys slide through their pit stalls. And we've seen it on the number 6 slide through the pit stall. Going to hurt him just a little bit, a couple seconds. But you think a couple seconds ain't a lot. A couple seconds could be half a lap here. And a 13 and a 62 make a little bit of contact. Oh, and
He spins and keeps it down low. Looks like we will stay green.
go back real quick and see. Oh, we're under yellow.
It looks like all these leaders were able to hit pit road before that yellow came out. If not, one of them got an entering closed pits penalty that could be pretty tough here.
He keeps it out of the wall, so that's pretty good. So we'll see right now. Curtis Young is up front. Showing Michael D'Amico in second. Ray Richard third. Brady Briggs fourth. Wesley Whitfield shown in fifth. We'll just wait for them to come around one more time just to double check that order. Don't want to get too far ahead because you know how that goes. Because it looks like the 22 of Dustin Dean is out there, but he may be going for a wave around. And the 75 of Waylon McConnell. No, he's a little bit further back. Yeah, Dustin Dean at the tail end of the lead lap. All right, so your top five right now are Curtis Young, Michael D'Amico, Ray Richard, Brady Briggs, Wesley Whitfield, and that is your top five. Sixth is Dylan Ertebay, and at number 31, the 99 of Joshua Gillen sitting in seventh. Christopher McCulloch is sitting in eighth. The 88 of Kenneth McCulloch Jr. is in ninth. And then back a little ways, Adam Novak sitting in 10th. So we may see the 27 and the 88 might have a little something here at the end.
Yeah, we saw those guys working the outside, making it 3 wide there for quite a while until they came up on a lap car, really hurt their momentum, and I don't know. We'll see what happens here towards the end, because even that run, that was pretty crazy. Watching those guys go 3 wide for that amount of time, that was pretty impressive.
We're still under 2 laps to go.
Yes.
Want to see maybe we can get a word in with the 27, Christopher McCulloch. Hey, Christopher, this is Paul and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey man, how's it going?
Good, good. How about you, man? You started 23rd. You're sitting in 8th, back on that lead lap. Looked like you had that third lane going pretty good. You two guys there in that third lane, the 88 of Kenneth McCulloch. And what do you think you guys got here? I mean, we're winding the laps down. You think you got anything to get up front?
Yeah, I think so. We just been riding in behind all these guys. They've been a little all over the place. We kept a pretty clean car the whole time. I think we had them on pit strategy right there. We had really good momentum. The caution didn't come.
Yeah,
I
but oh, go ahead.
I think we got something for them.
Yeah, you guys are running good together. You and Kenneth there, and you had that third lane running good, man. We were really surprised to see two cars out there putting on as much pressure as you did. So we'll keep an eye on you guys here. I mean, the pit strategy didn't fall exactly the way you wanted it, but hopefully this will turn into something good here. You'll be around at the end. We'll get a word in with you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good luck, man. Yeah, I was wondering because I didn't realize they were going to need to make that one more stop. So when I saw them coming in on the green, I kind of was wondering what that was all about. And then we started seeing other guys coming in until that yellow came out, and they did have the right pit strategy going. But they are pretty strong together. Christopher McCulloch and Kenneth McCulloch Jr. in the 27 and the 88. We seen them. They were the only two drivers that were able to make that third lane work up there. And they were doing a real good job of it, Joe?
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty impressive. I mean, usually you don't see that happen very often. Generally, if you can only get 2 or 3 guys up top like that, it's a huge disadvantage. That's the longest way around the track. It definitely doesn't help your efforts, that's for sure. But I think that just goes to show how well those guys were working together, that they can make moves like that and put that kind of pressure on in the third lane.
Yeah, I mean, they're able to get it done. So I expect to see those two up towards the front battling it out here. You know, we'll still have, 10 laps to go when we go back green. And so there's still plenty of time. 10 laps here at Talladega is a long run. Just running through the field a little bit right here. See Brady Briggs in that number 6, sitting in 4th. Ray Richer started 10th, he's sitting 3rd. Michael D'Amico started 5th, sitting 2nd. And then Curtis Young up front, 20 laps led, started 7th. See the wave arounds getting ready to come around. And the last car on the lead lap will be Justin Spear. I'm sorry, Adam Novak.
Looks like the lights are out on the pace car. Field's getting doubled back up. Hopefully we stay green to the end here. And I don't know. I want to see a wild and crazy finish. That's for sure.
Yeah, if this stays green till the end, this is definitely going to be a wild finish. We saw that, man, 3 wide for a bunch of laps. These guys really did a great job being 3 wide like that, side by side, for a bunch of laps. And they were clean, racing hard, and a lot of movement out there. So if we can keep it green to the end, I think you're definitely going to be at the edge of your seat. We'll get ready to get him going again one more time, Joe. Got to give a shout out to Cameron Colby for putting this on. Second race here with IWW, iRacing Weekend Warriors, and they got a good thing going here. Tonight's race is brought to you by Monkey Motorsports. This is the Monkey Motorsports 250 at Talladega. And we'll see what they come up with next. put a vote out there, see what the drivers want, what kind of track, what kind of car combination, and come out and get her done.
This car takes the hard left on the pit road. Field getting tightened up here. Looks like your leaders are off. CB94 Curtis Young gets a pretty good jump. Got the 62 of Michael D'Amico trying to get down to that inside line.
Some contact. Sorry, Joe. Man, that was close. The 31 of Dylan Erdbay and the 74. I think while they're green, I'm going to back it up real quick. I just got to see that. What happened between them? I don't know. It looked hard to tell if the 74 was going to go up and didn't see the 31 there, maybe. But they do keep it going. You saw the 99 down underneath that yellow line, was able to save it. And we're going to start getting racy now.
Yeah, we see that 2788 trying to work that third lane again. Get blocked by the 6, Brady Briggs.
Wow. They get a great run up on the outside. 6 going to jump it all the way down to the inside line. 94 stuck in the middle.
They're 3 wide.
Oh,
Once again,
contact.
Getting pretty wild here at the end. Nobody wants to give up any space. See that 27 and 88 keeping the momentum.
And we see 2 All-Pro drivers getting together there in the middle. They're going to run that middle lane. The 27 and 88 going to shoot it down to the inside line. That's going to put Christopher McCulloch out front. That was a great move right there. We see Curtis Young now to the outside and the 6 going down. Into the wall pretty hard. Looks like his night is probably over. Let's go back up front.
See the 94 Curtis Young and 62 of Michael D'Amico trying to work that outside.
You see the 44 Ray Richard down on the inside line being pushed by the 99 of Josh Gillum. '94 going to squeeze it in behind the 88. And then back out.
So these guys are trying all they can to get something going here for these last few laps.
Yeah, they're really trying to rob the air off of those cars up in the front and slow them down, man. With the 27 of Christopher McCulloch and 88 Kenneth McCulloch Jr. These guys seem to be doing pretty good together.
Let's see, a couple guys pushing pretty hard here. So seen a few cars get pretty wiggly these last couple laps. Hopefully they can keep it going.
Jump to the roof right here of Josh Gillen. To the 13 of Patrick. Oh, we got a wreck. Oh man, that is not what they wanted to see. Let's quick go back. See if we can figure out what happened here. Look like the 94 and the 62 maybe into the turn. Oh, and right up into the front of the 94 also.
Yeah, it looked like guys were trying to side draft right there to hold some position, trying to get some momentum there, and it got bad pretty quick. Unfortunately, looked like all those all-pro guys involved in some way, shape, or form there.
That's going to change things up now. So Christopher McCulloch out front, showing Josh Gillen in that 99. Nope. Yeah, in second. Five laps to go. You think we'll have a shootout?
I don't know, sir.
Trying to see where some of these guys are. Curtis Young is out on the track. We see the 31 of Dylan Ertebay smoking out there. Gonna have to bring that car in. So wait for them to come across the line one more time so iRacing can put the order together here, and we'll bring you your top 5 and tell you who's out on the track and who is not out on the track. And that was turning into a great finish.
Yeah, it was. Can't really. I don't know. I can't really say anything bad because it's the end of the race. There's guys are just moving around a lot. They're trying to make stuff happen, keep all their teammates or their buddies going, and you know, sometimes that's just the way it plays out. It's unfortunate for those guys that were running up front. They had a pretty strong race going. We saw all those guys up front pretty much the whole time, and unfortunately, a lot of those guys get caught up here at the very end. I guess now the only real question is, are we going to see a 1 or 2 lap shootout possibly?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Lights are still on. We'll have to see when they come by. Because we have the leader up front, then we have a couple of lap down cars behind him, so I'm not sure what they're thinking here just yet. All right, here we go. I think we're going to get ready because Curtis Young in second is moving in front. They're starting to move some of the lap down cars a little bit further back. So 3-2. Looks like we will have possibly a 1 lap shootout, Joe. All right, let's see. Let's run through a little bit here. Who's still on? Who's still not? Looks like the 13 of Patrick Langley right now is being shown in 11th. 10th, Liam Brotherton in the pits. Ray Richer in 9th in the pits. Kenny McCulloch Jr., the number 88, he's 1 lap down, shown in 8th. Dustin Dean on the lead lap in that number 22, shown in 7th. Adam Novak, the number 26. He is shown in 6th. Wesley Whitfield is shown in 5th, and at number 74, Dylan Ertebay in 4th. Smoke, and I can't imagine not going to get black flagged for being out there like that. But right now it does show him in 4th, but I think if he doesn't go into pit soon, that's going to change. 99 Josh Gillen, he is shown in 3rd. Curtis Young, with 23 laps led, he's sitting in 2nd. And then Christopher McCulloch in that number 27, he's got 7 laps led out front as we wind him down. And we do see the 31 bringing it down pit road.
The lights out on the pace car, so we are going to have a 1-lap shootout here.
Awesome. Yeah, Brandon, Tyler does have a good thing going over there at the hub. A lot of guys that we know have gotten stuff over there. A lot of winners throughout the whole community. Lots of great stuff over at the hub sim racing giveaways on Facebook. Well, Joe, this is it. It's take home the steering wheel or the trophy, right?
Yeah, I'm not even going to begin to attempt to think of how this might go. I think I'll just
Well, you got some
sit
guys
here and
there
watch.
that are capable. And right now, you only have 6 cars. I believe you only have 6 cars right there that are on the lead lap that are able to take home one of the top 3. And that would be Dustin Dean, Adam Novak, Wesley Whitfield, Joshua Gillen, Curtis Young, and Christopher McCulloch. So far, it looks like the 27 has the cleanest car, and the 26 has the cleanest car. So possibility for those two. But we're going to watch this real close because this is going to get tough. Are you ready?
No, not really.
Get ready, man. They're going to tighten them up and get going. So Christopher McCulloch got 8 laps led. See if he can lead this final lap around to the checkers. Take home first here. Kept his car clean. And we're back at it. And he's got a good start right there, man. Way out in the front. See the 22 shuffling through, trying to get by. Contact way in the back. It looks like right now Christopher is hanging on to it. These guys are coming though. See the 88 gonna try to get to the back of him and help him. He is 1 lap down, but if he can get back there, oh, and the 13 up into the wall. 88 to the back bumper, gonna try and help his buddy out here. And the 26 is up into the wall. 27 gonna take it home. And they would have been 1 and 2 just like that. Those guys were doing a great job there tonight. Man, that definitely was a crazy finish, Joe.
Yeah, it was. There was a ton of contact going on there. It looked like 3 wide at times, just trying to come home to the finish, get the best finishing position that they could. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, so look like you have Christopher McCullough, your winner, Wesley Whitfield, and then Curtis Young, third place. Wow. I've seen guys going everywhere. I knew it was going to be rough. That was cool. He had, I don't know if it's his brother teammate or what, but number 88 was one lap down, and he does get to the back of him to help kind of, give him that momentum. You know how it is on these super speedways when you take off like that and you get out that far ahead, you're a sitting duck, man, because they just get you and bypass you like you were in reverse. All right, so let's take a look quickly at the race summary here. There was 21 lead changes, 9 cautions, and Christopher McCullough does come out your winner here tonight. We'll find out in a little bit what his payout will be. Second place is Wesley Whitfield. Third place is Curtis Young. So I'd say it was pretty decent, man.
Yeah, it was definitely an action-filled race, that's for sure.
All right, so let's go with. We'll see if Curtis Young is here. We'll grab Curtis Young, and we'll talk to third place.
You want to get Cameron down here as well?
Yeah. Let's get Cameron down here first, and then we'll go ahead and get Curtis. Make sure Cameron's ready. Hey,
Yeah, I'm in here, man.
All right. Are you good to go with us?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's get Curtis down here, third place finisher tonight. Curtis Young, this is the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man. 23 laps led. Started 7th, finished 3rd, man. Rough ending there. You guys were having a really good run there. Unfortunate that you guys got caught in it, but give us a little breakdown of how the race was in your seat.
First off, thanks to Michael D'Amico for sponsoring me for this race, and Ray Richer as well. I had a lot of fun running tonight, and the race, qualified all right, or felt like I was up front for most of the race, but wanted to be on the outside and just trying to stay with my teammates, and then at the end there, and I was trying to pinch down the low lane as much as I could, and I felt like I didn't really go any lower than what I had been the previous 5 laps, and got moved up on too a little bit, but that's racing, so that kind of ruined any speed we had, and I didn't think we were going to be as slow as we were on that last restart, but I got passed by like 8 cars, and then they all just wrecked coming to the checkered, and somehow I still got 3rd, but I felt like I deserved a top 3 tonight, other than getting involved in that one at the end, so we'll take it anyway.
Yeah, you were definitely strong out there, man. You had the most laps led. You came out with 23 laps led out of the race. Definitely had a fast car. You know how it is, super speedway racing. I mean, we were talking about it all through the race. There's a lot of luck involved in it too. You can be having a great run and just be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But, like you said on that restart, to start off with as much damage as you have and still get it home 3rd, definitely not bad, man. A good show for All Pro out here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks again to Michael D'Amico at All Pro Broadcasting, All Pro Racing, Ray Richer, and Tim Cox for running with me tonight. You guys for putting the show on. Cameron Colby, thanks to you as well. And have a good night, guys.
All righty.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. We'll go to Wesley Whitfield.
Hey, Wesley, it's all the guys up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, man, that was a pretty action-filled race. We saw pretty much everything that could happen at a super speedway happen tonight. So we saw some green flag runs, some green flag stops, a lot of contact, and you're able to avoid all the mayhem for the most part, and you bring it home in 2nd place. How does that feel, bud?
Oh, it feels real good. Had a real good car tonight. I come through the pack a couple of times and just done what I could do. And I thought I was done. I can't believe I finished second.
Yeah, man, it's really awesome. It's got to feel good. I think all things considered, it could have been a lot worse. So, good to see you keep her out of trouble there. And until the very end, we saw you got caught up in something, got some damage. It kind of hurt your car a little bit. Do you feel like that damage towards the end kind of hurt your shot at a win?
Oh, ain't no doubt. It ended mine. Like I say, I was lucky to finish second, but I pushed several of them to the front there.
Yeah, we saw a lot of guys being able to get organized, work that outside lane. Were you surprised when you guys were able to push guys up to the front like that? Because sometimes it doesn't happen. You don't really see the outside line become a factor.
Yeah, it's all who you working with most of the time. Some you can run with, some you can't.
Well, all right, sir. Congratulations on your second place finish tonight. You finished in the money, so again, congratulations on that. And before we let you go and let you celebrate your second place finish, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Oh, I'd like to thank y'all for putting the race on and the broadcaster for broadcasting. I believe you said it was S&R Broadcasting. And thanks to my sponsors, Gardner Marsh Chevrolet, Gentry Trucking, and Granto Mechanical Service. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. You too, and congratulations on the good run tonight.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we get caught up with our winner here, Christopher McCullough. Hey, Christopher, is Paul up in the booth? You got a copy?
I got you, Paul.
Well, man, I'm glad to see we didn't jinx you earlier. Great run here, man. 10 laps led. Come out of here the winner. How you feeling?
Lucky.
That was some running though, man. I'll tell you what, you guys, like we said earlier, you guys did a great job out there in that third lane, man, making it work out there. And you did have the cleanest car out there on that restart, and you were in the right spot for it. Man, I'll tell you what, you guys definitely put on some excitement there. 88 is the teammate of yours.
He's actually my uncle.
All right, we weren't sure because I said your buddy. I said maybe might be a relative, man, but that was good of him to real nice of him to get up there with you, and even though he was a lap down and try and give you that momentum because on that last start, how it is on these super speedways, you got out that far, man. These guys were getting ready to just pounce on you, man, and he come up behind you and help keep you moving forward for that win, man. So it was definitely a good run on you guys. It should have been a 1-2 finish, I think, if he didn't get caught up in that earlier. You guys did a great job, man. We definitely saw it here tonight. You got first, man. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I really hate it for Kenny, though. He worked real good with me the whole time. I couldn't have done it without him. It was fun. I didn't expect them to lay so far back on that last restart. I wanted to get a jump just so I can try to play both lanes as much as I could, but they hung way back.
Yeah,
I was a sitting duck.
It seemed like when you get out there that far like that, man, they, you're alone like that. They get that momentum. They can just swallow you up, man. So it's good that the 88 was there to get right back to your back bumper and help push you to the front. But we have Cameron here who put on the race. We'll let Cameron have a word with you.
Well, how's it feel to be a winner, man?
Feels pretty good. At least we had a better shot at it this week. Last week, them cup cards were hard to pass by ourselves.
Yeah, the draft package on those cars everybody was complaining about. Well, I think we're done with super speedways for a while.
Sounds good. I'm not the greatest at 1.5 miles or short tracks, but I definitely have fun with it.
Hey, before we let you get up on out here and go celebrate your first place finish, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I got to give a big thanks to the 88 Kenneth McCullough. I couldn't have done it without him. And thanks, Cameron, for putting us on. It was a little rocky to start, but we got some good racing there at the end. It was fun.
Yeah, you guys definitely put on a good show. You and Kenneth there, man, at the end. We were really surprised to see that third lane come in And there was the All-Pro guys and a couple other guys down in the bottom there. Lap after lap, 3 wide. I mean, you know, you guys. It wasn't like you guys were just driving around. Side by side, man. You got to be holding your breath. And you guys really put on a great race right there. And it was good to see you guys able to do it. You definitely showed some muscle out there, man. And congratulations on that win.
Thanks again, and thank you guys for broadcasting. I look forward to watching the video.
Awesome. All right, we'll see you the next time then, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you again, Cameron.
All righty.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, Cameron, race number 2. Like you said, you know, started off a little bit shaky there. You know, super speedways will have that, especially in these cars with the bumpers not lining up the way they line up. And, you know, we saw a couple incidents where, like, guys hardly made any contact and it just spun the other guy around. So, I mean, you'll have that. But we can't wait to see when you guys do take it to a 1.5 miles or a short track and see. But I just want to make sure I'm right. On the Facebook page, the guys get to vote for the car and for the track that you're going to do next, right?
That is correct. Yeah, we're going to go off a voting system in an attempt to get the most participation. We're going to see if we can get something scheduled on a paved oval short track, 1.5 miles, and or dirt track. Maybe the possibility for some road racing.
Awesome.
It really just depends on what all we can get some participation for.
Well, now for anybody watching that wants to come and race, how can they find you to find out more and apply?
Just look us up on Facebook. The group is called iRacing Weekend Warriors, and then you've got cash payout races in parentheses. Just request to join the group, and we'll get you in there, and you'll see any race details and post in the group.
Yeah, and it's good. We've seen a couple of guys come back here this week that were here last week. And, you know, once we start seeing some guys coming back race after race, starting to get to know each other a little bit that don't know each other, who can race around who, you'll definitely see a lot more harder racing as time goes on. But, you know, for 2 super speedways in the books, man, I'd say it definitely wasn't a bad job at all, man. And congratulations on what you got going on here. Me and Joe do think it's a good thing that you got going on here, and we're glad to be a part of it and hopefully see this thing grow.
Yeah, I hope to see it grow also. I mean, we've got some problems we need to work out, some rules and stuff like that, but with time it'll get ironed out, and hopefully everyone will enjoy it. But there's always going to be one person that's upset no matter how you play the cards. So we're just going to move forward the best we can and see what happens.
Yeah, well, somebody once told me, if you ain't getting somebody mad, you ain't doing it right. So, I mean, you know, that's just the way it is, man. And, you know, you just have to deal with it. But we also want to thank Monkey Motorsports for putting on the race tonight. This was the Monkey Motorsports Talladega 250, and we do appreciate them coming on board and putting this out here tonight for everybody. And we look forward to seeing what you got posted on Facebook and see what these guys will all get for their time out here tonight, man.
Sounds good, guys. I appreciate y'all coming on board.
All right, buddy. All right, Joe. Let's see. Let's run over we'll do the race summary one more time here in case anybody missed it. We had 21 lead changes here. We had 9 cautions. Christopher McCullough does come out your winner here tonight with 10 laps led. He did start 23rd. Him and the 88 Kenny McCullough Jr. Were on that outside line, 3 wide for lap after lap, man, and they really put on a good show. Showed a lot of strength, a lot of muscle, a lot of patience up there, and we're using some pitch strategy there at the end, and unfortunately didn't work out for the 88, but he did come back and help him, so that's pretty good, man. Let's see, let me run through the laps led real quick. It looks like the most laps led goes to the 94 Curtis Young, 23 laps led. And then it goes down to Michael D'Amico with 17 laps led. And then Tim Cox with 14 laps led. So we had some big leaders out there, man. Just an unfortunate thing at the end, but, you know, you'll have that.
Yeah, sometimes you know, it pays to be out front. Sometimes it pays to lay back a little bit, and we kind of saw some troubles all over the place tonight. So it was just one of those races where it didn't really matter where you were. So I don't know. I think all in all, considering everything, these cars are very difficult on super speedways. That these guys did the absolute best they could do given the circumstances. So I'm sure they'll be happy to hear Cameron say this is the last super speedway race for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if you're interested in running here at IWW, iRacing Weekend Warriors, like he said, go find them on Facebook. Request to join the group, and they'll get you all the information that you need and want. You can vote on what track, what car combination you want to run in. Obviously, the more drivers that they get, the higher the payouts can be. So if you got people out there, if you're interested in coming in and taking a try, get in touch with Cameron there on Facebook and apply. And Cameron, we do appreciate you having us come out here and do this. It's nice to be a part of it. And I guess we'll go over the results, Joe, and then we'll pack it up and we'll get up on out of here.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Alrighty. Alright, finishing first, Kenneth McCullough. He'll take home the race win tonight. Coming home second is Wesley Whitfield. Third place is Curtis Young. Fourth place goes to Joshua Gillen. Dustin Dean will take home fifth. Adam Novak will finish sixth. Kenneth McCullough Jr. will finish seventh. Liam Brotherton will finish 8th, Dylan Urdebe will finish 9th, and Patrick Langley will take home 10th.
Finishing 11th place is Patrick Langley. Waylon McConnell finishes 11th. Ray Richard finishes 12th. 13th is Michael D'Amico. 14th is Brady Briggs. Justin Spear finishes 15th. Brandon Dalton in 16th. Tim Cox finishes 17th. 18th is Brent Elmore. Chris James finishes 19th. Rounding out the top 20 is Stephen Parks.
And 21st goes to Tanner Webb. Billy Howard will finish 22nd. Richard Smith will finish 23rd. Derek Curtis, unfortunate for him, but he'll finish 24th. Dakota Craig will finish 25th. Craig Blair is scored as 26th. And Cameron Colby was not racing, but was an admin on the race. And that'll end our night here tonight. So hope you had a good time. I know there was a little bit of cautions here, but we'll see what happens the next time. Maybe they'll have us come back and do the next one at a different track and a different car combination and see what happens. But until then, we do appreciate you tuning in. If you want to follow us, we do a couple races during the week at a few different places. Got dirt, trucks, and Xfinity cars going. So you want to come on out. And then Sunday nights we have a talk show. So if you want to come on out, check it out, and we'll see what happens. Joe, appreciate you being up here with me. I know you weren't feeling too good, and I do appreciate you coming out to sit with me up here in the booth, buddy.
Oh, no problem, man. I didn't have anything else going on, so even if I'm sick, I'd rather be here helping you. I'd like to thank Cameron for allowing us to be a part of this. Hopefully we get to continue being a part of it and bring on the next show in the future. And like Paul said, if you guys like what you see, like, subscribe. These guys, like you heard, we're done with super speedways for a little bit, so get to hit some other tracks, 1.5 mile short tracks, possibly dirt, you never know. So hopefully we get to be a part of it and see you guys there.
All right, everybody, have a safe race week, and we'll see you the next time around. Enjoy.